Welcome to our video about effects of Chinese communism in provinces post-World War II to present time by Brandon Kun, Daelan Baldoman, and Lex Ng.
Welcome to Contextualization. In 1949, Mao Zedong was a communist leader, and he established the People's Republic of China after the Chinese Civil War. Rather than relying on an urban working class, Mao adapted Marxism to fit China's peasant population. Mao took over a war-torn China ruined by imperialism and internal conflict. In order to figure out to what extent Mao Zedong's CCP's revolutionary ideologies allowed for the development or decline of different provinces within China regarding political, social, economic rebellions or reforms. First, we have to look at the way in which China governed provincial areas beforehand. Before the CCP, provinces were treated like independent nations. Gillen states that the warlords in the Shaanxi province were already using localized, independent industrial plans. When Mao's Communist Party took control, they eliminated this fragmentation, centralizing everything and applying strict ideologies across provinces to build a socialist state.
Okay, so our thesis is, while Mao Zedong's centralization caused initial provincial decline and economic collapse, it built a political and economical foundation for future leaders to pivot towards capitalistic elements and global plans like the Belt Road Initiative. And to add on to what Daelan said earlier, in the late 1950s, Mao Zedong's ideologies were put into tests through the Great Leap Forward. The Great Leap Forward is an attempt to industrialize China overnight, and this is where we saw a direct link between political centralization and economic failure. Initially, the land redistribution programs took land from landlords and gave it to peasants, which gave the CCP a massive short-term support in the rural provinces, but the ideology quickly shifted toward collectivization, where the farmers were forced to work in massive communities, which reduced private ownership and stripped away any individual economic freedom because all the money and profit was going to the government. And so in these provinces, we saw a result of the steel mandate, which is instead of growing crops, they're forced to produce steel in furnaces. And because of the economic decline, it actually led to a famine, which basically left the peasants with no food, and it caused Mao Zedong's Great Leap Forward plan to be an absolute failure.
Zedong's Communist Party of China caused major political and economic changes across China, but the effects were different in each province. Mao wanted to strengthen China through communism, government control, and economic reform. While some provinces developed through industrial growth, others experienced famine, poverty, and political instability because of Mao's policies. Politically, Mao helped the CCP gain total control over China. Poor farmers often supported the CCP because land was taken from wealthy landowners and redistributed. However, Mao's reforms also created fear and chaos. During the Cultural Revolution, Red Guards attacked teachers, officials, and intellectuals accused of opposing communism. In many provinces, schools closed, governments became unstable, and violence spread. Although Mao unified China under one government, his policies weakened stability in many regions. Economically, Mao's policies had mixed results. Land redistribution first helped poor farmers, but collectivization later forced peasants into large communes. During the Great Leap Forward, provinces were pushed to rapidly increase food and steel production. Local officials exaggerated production numbers, which led to food shortages and famines in provinces such as Henan and Sichuan. Millions died from starvation and farming productivity declined. Although some provinces saw industrial growth, many rural areas suffered economic collapse and poverty. Overall, Mao's revolutionary ideologies brought both developments and decline to China. Some provinces modernized and became more organized, while others suffered from famine, political unrest, and economic failure because of Mao's extreme policies.
The way in which China organized its provinces allowed for its rapid advancement. Under Deng Xiaoping, China was able to create special economic zones across the coast, allowing for development of coastal provinces that use global capitalism to make billions of dollars through foreign investments. The CCP also used red tourism to provide for the inland provinces. Chang Tai-hung notes that the turning of historical revolutionary sites into economic and ideological destinations allowed China to bring money to poor regions while also keeping the CCP's historical narrative alive. In the 21st century, newer leaders used the money made and moved away from cheap manufacturing to developing new, high-end technology. Today, the Chinese government invests in provinces that specialize in AI, green energy, and advanced technology. Due to Mao's centralized authority, leaders today have the ability to channel trillions of dollars into these tech industries.
Today, China's at a point where they're at the top of the world. They have transformed themselves into an economic powerhouse by shifting their agendas to try to control most of the manufacturing and factories in the world. They put a heavy emphasis on technological developments like AI, green energies, and technology. But the most important project they have been working on is the Belt and Road Initiative. This is basically a reestablishment of the Silk Road, which did China many wonders back in modern world history in the 1200s. But what makes this different is they're doing it through sea lanes, highways, and digital architecture, expanding across Asia, Africa, and Europe. And by doing this, over 150 countries can export and import goods more efficiently and communicate better. This boosts global trade and China's influence over the geopolitical scheme. Their mission is that by the year 2050, they can solidify themselves as a global powerhouse, and it will run the world in economics and politics. China had a really crazy transformation, from Mao Zedong's ideals to Deng Xiaoping's ideas to developing the Belt and Road initiatives. And it really shows how the CCP successfully moved on from provincial billions to a global agenda setting.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.